Alright folks, I figured I'd do a video on this real quick because I know when I was looking on the internet there wasn't a whole lot of information on it, so I'll probably be posting a few videos on this. So I definitely think it's a thing that there should be a lot of information about, but I'll go ahead and start with an unboxing since I just recently got it. Today I basically have the new Smith & Wesson Eye-Bolt high-power rifle. The particular model I have is basically the 30-06 model. I'm not sure if they actually have a whole bunch of options on them. I don't think you can get like different models. I think it's just whatever caliber you get is whatever you get. So yeah, so basically I'll go ahead and do an unboxing. But just to tell you, I have actually already shot it. I basically put 2 shots through it when I bought it just to make sure it worked. And I've unboxed it. So, but I basically put it back to what it should be. So anyways, I'm not sure if everyone comes like this, but it basically came in a big brown box. And then it came in a nice little case here. I'm not sure if this comes with all the guns. I don't see too many rifles actually come in a actual, like, this actually has like a lock on it. Well, not a lock, but a place for a lock and stuff. This is something you could actually totally, completely use all the time to take to the range. You would never really need to buy a new case. But anyways, I know this rifle's actually used for hunting, but when I was doing a lot of research, really the only thing I'm missing here for target shooting, long-range target shooting, is a heavy barrel and a longer barrel. But really, other than that, nothing wrong with using it for long range, which is going to be my practice for it. All right. So, anyways, we go ahead and open up our case here. I just did this. I'm doing this quick just because there's not information on it. I'll probably do more videos. People are interested. But anyways, you get the gun. I'll go over the gun. Get your bolt. Your bolt comes wrapped up here. I'll put the bolt in for you in a second. Then you get this little Allen key here. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to zoom in on it. I don't know if they come with different head colors, but mine came as orange, and it's a little tiny Allen key. Of course, as customary with most gun things, all your stuff's going to be under your under your phone here, and you basically got your standard stuff. You've got your little lock thing. Comes with almost any kind of gun you buy. You got your manual. Of course, you got an NRA thing. I don't have to worry about that. And you've got your Smith & Wesson warranty card. I think they call it Club 1852, which is, of course, Smith & Wesson. So I think that was the year that they were basically the company was born. So, anyways, I'm sure as most of you know, Smith & Wesson really isn't known for their rifles. They are mostly known for handguns. But I've had a lot of their handguns. I know their revolvers are legendary, and the rest of their semi-auto line, everything from the 1911s to the M&Ps, are pretty much, some of the greatest quality guns that are out there. I know that's arguable for some people, but to me, from what I've seen, I might be young, but I've been through quite a few guns, and I've got to try a lot in my life, my short life. And I've basically been pretty damn impressed with their guns, definitely something I can see happening. So, basically, this Eye-Bolt line, from what I understand, is basically supposed to be their economic line. It's supposed to compete with guns, like the lower-end Savages, the Tikas, and the Remington 700, most of all. Now, that's originally what I was planning on buying for a low-end, kind of a budget build, long-range setup. But, when I went over the Remington 700s, I really kind of saw that I think I was paying a lot for the name, even though they are supposed to be a budget rifle, it's kind of and I'm not saying they're bad rifles at all, but it seemed like I was paying a lot for the name when I compared it to the Eye-Bolt here. Now I did see some bad things on the net about it, but most of the bad things I saw, the funny part was from people that didn't own the gun. When I saw reviews from people that own the gun, I was pretty impressed from what I saw. So just remember that when you're looking online, alright? So anyways, we'll go ahead and start going over the gun. So as you can see, I actually have all the stickers still on it and stuff. I did take a couple shots, but I didn't take it off. There's one of the things. And I'll go ahead and put the bolt in. Obviously, I'm sure everybody knows how to put a freaking bolt in, so put that bad boy in. There you go. Alright, so obviously you know it's safe, because there obviously wasn't anything in there, so. But anyways, I'll go over the few of the features of it. First thing, I'll go from top to bottom, alright? First thing is the built-in rail. Now, I don't know if most of you have, if you've ever done a long-range setup, anybody watching this, because, like I said, this is more, I guess you would say, low-end gun, but having it built-in, it's not actually built-in, you can take it off, but having it come from the manufacturer is a very good thing, because I don't know if any of you guys have ever had to do scope mounting, but it's something you have to be very, 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 very precise with, so definitely have a good thing with the manufacturer doing it, but I haven't actually tested to see how precise the manufacturer did mount it, since it is more of a budget end rifle, so I really need to check on that. But I have done the light test. By the way, this is a Weaver mount. This is not a regular Picatinny mount. I know things lately have gone to Picatinny rails, but generally it was it used to be kind of military was Picatinny, civilian was Weaver rail. But you should be able to find everything you need for a Weaver rail too. Shouldn't really have any issues with getting rings for your scope. Anyways, started there, we'll go to the bolt. I haven't really looped up the bolt, so I haven't seen its potential, but it's definitely a pretty smooth action, especially for what you pay for. I mean, it's no Tika, but, as you can see, no oil. That slides right in and out with this one hand. And I'm sure there's a lot of other bolts out there that do it, but I like how this thing kind of has like an actual kind of a third position. When you pull up the lock, it'll actually lock into like a third position. And then you can come all the way up to the top and pull it back. It's kind of an alright thing, and you really don't feel it. If you're really trying to get your shot in, you're going real quick, you're not going to feel that. It's not really going to ruin your shot or anything like that. So, anyways, I guess next in line would be the stock. Obviously this isn't a super high grade stock, but I mean, we're talking about paying anywhere from $400 to $600 for this rifle. So, it's an amazing deal for what you get. What I do like though, this butt area real quick, I definitely like whatever this material is that's on here. It definitely really is good at absorbing the shock. You can feel it. You can feel it. It's really meant for absorbing that blast. Definitely like that. And it's definitely comfortable, but like I said, it's not an expensive stock, it's not like it's got a thumb hole, or any of that, butt spike or any of that other kind of good stuff, but, it's definitely a good stock to go with a cheap gun. Definitely no complaints for the price there. Oh, sling mounts. It's also got the sling mounts on there. There's like flush sling mounts. I'll be honest with you, they don't look too impressive, but, it looks like it'll get the job done, to be honest with you, but, I haven't put a sling on there, so I can't say anything yet. Like, this isn't a review, this is, like I said, this is just an unboxing and a little overview, because I know there's not a lot of information on there. And of course on the receiver, it's got your safety right here next to the bolt, your regular bolt action safety. Now this, like I said, I don't think they really have any other models besides the caliber, but it's got an internal magazine. I believe it's 4+1, 1 in the chamber, 4 in the magazine. It might be 5+1. I'm not exactly, I kind of forgot. One thing to note about it is, and this is with most guns that have the internal magazines, is that if you wanted to unload your magazine, you'd have to sit here and go. you know, you'd have to sit there and do it over and over again. Well, not only is that not 100% safe, especially if you don't know what you're doing, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass. So what I really like that Smith & Wesson did, and I can't believe they did this on this cheap of a rifle, is there's a little button here on the trigger guard. I don't know if you can see that little button and the trigger guard loop here, right here. You press it, and the magazine basically comes out the bottom. So you can empty your chamber without having to go ahead and actually chamber rounds, which is pretty cool. So it makes it a lot easier. Alright, I guess next would be the barrel. It is a free-floating barrel, which is pretty impressive to come with a gun of this price. Very impressive. Like I said, I was really, me personally, I was looking for my budget build, Remington 700, and I was going to be paying anywhere, probably 800 plus, you know, other charges, tax, whatever, shipping, any of those other charges for this. And I'll tell you, I paid under $500 complete for this, you know, complete transaction. And for a free-floating barrel to come with it, that's pretty amazing. And the barrel's not actually Smith & Wesson, it's actually from Thompson, but I'm sure most of you know that Smith & Wesson bought Thompson out. For those of you that don't know, Thompson's been around for a long time, and they make very good weapons. This is actually a match-grade barrel, free-floating barrel. Also, one of the features that I was going to say is the trigger. It's got a Timney, whatever you want to, however you want to pronounce it, or whatever the exact spelling was for it, trigger. These are very nice triggers. They're very desired. I know, at least in the rifle world, and I've heard of them going upwards of $200. Well, I should say upwards, but up to $200 for a trigger as such. And the fact that they included a trigger even close to that is a real sign of quality in a budget rifle like this. As you can see, I mean, just by the looks of it, you can tell it's already like a hairpin trigger. In fact, I don't know if you remember this that I showed you earlier, it's actually the Allen key to adjust the trigger. And it's nice that they give you an Allen key for it. I don't know if you can see right above the trigger here, where my finger is here, there's actually a little Allen key, and you can, or Allen screw, and you can take the Allen key and adjust it, you know, pound by pound. So overall, I've seen this as a good buy so far. I've only put a couple shots through it, so like I said, this isn't a review. This is just an unboxing and a small overview. I'll probably put out more videos, you know, once I've used it and whatnot. I'll probably even put some out with me shooting out of it out there. You know, I can't believe that this is such a cheap gun for what it comes with. I know Smith & Wesson isn't known for making rifles, but they are known for quality. And they've been around long enough to, you know, who's to say they can't make rifles? And there's a lot of people judging the rifle just based on that, which is, you know, completely stupid. You can't do that, so it's whatever. So, like I said, I'll let you know how my usage goes. I haven't really seen any other videos out there or anything on this, so hopefully you guys like it, and hopefully you guys maybe like some of the other videos I put out in the future. Thanks for watching.